All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us for tonight's team call. No announcements. We're just going to jump right into it. We have a special guest speaker, Nicole Faulkner. I asked her to be in our team call because her coach is my success partner, and she always brags on how awesome Nicole is. And I was like, damn it, you know what? I'm just going to ask her to be on our team call. So the reason why I did want her on our team call is because she's a beast with inviting. She follows up like none other. She's a 4-star diamond coach. She was a premier coach for 2018. She's a Success Club legend, 47 months in Success Club. So I don't even know like how many years is that. That just shows she's being consistent time and time again. And I know a lot of talk in our team page has been, this month is slow. Like that stuff always happens. But Nicole is still crushing it on Facebook. She still is super just consistent. And that's why I asked her to talk about inviting and what she does and how she does it and how she just doesn't let fear stop her. So thanks, Nicole, for hopping on.
Okay, I'm just basically going to dive right in. Okay, I am very much a tough love person in everything that I do, so hopefully this will just help you. I'm not really going to share anything new that you guys haven't heard, but sometimes hearing it just that one time from that one person is like, aha, okay, I'm going to run with it. I am going to talk about inviting, obviously, but one thing that I want to start with, because you can't just do this business and only invite. It's not like, it doesn't work that way. We have vital behaviors for a reason, and you really have to be doing all of them. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that first, because that's what's going to make inviting a lot easier for you. So number one, you have to make sure you are walking this talk. If you guys are inviting people to your challenge group, to this journey, to coaching or whatever, you have to make sure that you are sharing that on your personal page. You have to be sharing it in your stories. You have to be sharing it daily. So when you invite somebody and they are like, what the heck is she even talking about? They should be able to go to your page, your stories, whatever, and see you and be inspired AF. Okay, I always tell that to my coaches. If you're in a rut right now, you need to go to your own page and scroll your own page, and are you inspired? Because if you're not inspired by yourself, chances are somebody else or the other people are also not going to be inspired, okay? So this is where you really need to use coaching for your own accountability. Coaching is accountability. That should be your number one goal on this journey. If your own journey isn't your number one goal, then you're doing this all wrong, okay? So use coaching for your own accountability. I think everybody goes through this roller coaster ride with this journey, with coaching, with your own personal journey. There's not an end, a destination. It's an entire journey. So I want you to think about right now for yourself, what do you suck at? Do you suck at following a program? Do you suck at showing up every day to do your workout? Do you suck at meal prep? Maybe following a meal plan. Maybe you suck at your water intake. Maybe you suck with personal development. Maybe you suck with inviting. Maybe you suck with getting a power hour in. Whatever it is, you need to own up to it and focus hardcore on whatever you are struggling with. And that's going to help you so much. For many reasons, not only for your own personal journey, but for your business too. Because say I suck at meal prepping right now. I'm going to own up to it. I'm going to dive hardcore into it, and I'm going to share meal prepping and the recipes that I'm using and meal planning and all of that. I'm going to share it hardcore. And guess who I'm going to attract? Other people who also suck at meal prep and meal planning and recipes. So I'm attracting those people that I can then turn that into an invite, right? If I don't share what I'm struggling with, people are going to feel like they're not relatable to you. And you have to be relatable in everything that you do. So you have to share everything that you're doing. You have to share why you're doing that workout. You have to share why it was convenient to do it at home or at the gym or wherever you're doing it, in a hotel room or whatever. The more you share and the more real you get about everything, the more these people will be able to relate to you. And then the more likely they are eventually going to join you, okay? You have to be connecting with your followers. And I always tell my coaches, you need to think of 5 things that make you you. Okay. It can be fitness, but it doesn't have to be. It can be, I can go through some of mine, and sometimes I even have more than 5. But I am a mom of girls, so I share a lot about that. I am a homeschooling mom. I used to be a horrible picky eater, and now I really do enjoy making meals, creating recipes, and cooking for my family. I am obsessed with leopard print. It's funny, I used to be a huge coffee drinker. Like, that was one of my things, and I randomly gave that up. So that's not one of them anymore, but that could totally be one of them if that's you. You got to focus on these things that make you you, because that's how you're going to attract those people. And it's going to work out well for when you join these Facebook groups, or these groups on Facebook. So for example, I always wanted a white Jeep Wrangler, and I joined a Jeep group. And now that I have one, and even if I didn't, I could still be posting in there, be asking questions in there, commenting in there, and adding people from that group. It's the same thing over on Instagram. Use those hashtags that are very similar. So when I add these people or follow these people and they go and look at my walk that I'm talking, they're going to see, oh, yeah, she's posting about Wranglers too, or whatever. That's just an example. But you have to be sharing this journey that you're also attracting these people from, okay? So pick 5 things that make you you. So one of those 5 things right now could totally be what you're sucking at. It should be. If you suck at personal development right now, that should be absolutely one of your stories every single day. Get consistent with your stories, because people want to see that too. Other people are going to see, oh, yeah, I'm not really for that personal development thing, whatever. But here's Nicole sharing, gosh, I suck recently with my own mindset. Like, I'm in a slump. I got to get out of this. I know that personal development helps so much. So I'm going to start reading every single morning. And then there Nicole goes every single morning sharing her personal development. And 2 or 3 weeks go by, and that person might be like, yeah, maybe I should give a try for this personal development. And then we connect with personal development suggestions or whatever. I'm connecting with these people, and it makes the inviting part a lot easier, and they're more likely to follow me or, join my challenge groups than somebody that they're not connecting with. Okay. So these 5 things you should definitely be posting about. You should be sharing them in your Instagram stories. Polls are another great thing. Even if it doesn't have to be a poll to a challenge group, it can be a poll on anything. People love giving their opinion. So if you feel like you're not getting a lot of connection from your stories or from your posts, do something where you're asking people their opinion, and they will go crazy. They'll give it to you. And that's just another way that you can connect with these people too, okay? Okay, so now into inviting. You should be inviting every single day. And some of you might think, like, I feel like a broken record with everything I'm doing, with what I'm sharing about, with what I'm posting about, with my invites. Guys, a surgeon does surgery every single day. A hairdresser cuts hair every single day. A health and fitness coach, just like we are, we focus on our journey and we share it, and we invite people to join us every single day. You should feel like a broken record. The person that you added to from the Facebook group, or that you asked to follow you on Instagram, they didn't see your invite 5 posts ago, or they didn't see what you shared, those 5 things about you 7, 5, 3 posts ago. So you have to keep sharing it, okay? And people, hardly anybody signs up immediately from that first invite. So they need to see that you are consistent with this. They need to see your journey before they will eventually join you, okay? So invites should be through your posts. I love doing them in direct and indirect ways. So what I mean by that is I will invite somebody, say I write up a script, and again, you want to be really specific about just being relatable. So I'm not going to say, hey, I have a challenge group starting soon. I would love to fill up the spots. If you're interested, drop your favorite emoji. Instead, it might be something like, going into depth. The more depth and the more detail you share, the more those people will be able to connect to you. For example, one post that I like to share often, because again, I have new followers every day. I have these people who read it, but maybe they need to read it again before they're like, okay, yeah, I can totally relate to that. But one of them is, before I started this journey, I was at my rock bottom. I was miserable with the way I looked. And one thing that I would do every single day is I would change my clothes, not kidding, over 10 times before I even left for work, and I would still be miserable with the clothes that I had on. I hated walking by the mirror. I just hated it. And I mentally abused myself in how I felt, and it was just awful, and it was draining, and it was exhausting. And the more I share those details with people, every time I share a post like that, I will get somebody who messages me saying, I can totally relate to that post that you just did. Versus if I share none of that, people can then not relate to me, okay? So you have to get specific about your journey, about what you went through, and that's how you're going to attract people who are just like you. And it's going to be your avatar challenger, your avatar client, right? So again, direct and indirect fight. So I might share that story, that pain point, being relatable, and at the end, I might end it with, if you can totally relate to this, I'd love to help you get started just as I did. Again, being relatable, sharing that's how I started. Drop your favorite emoji below or send me a DM. That's going to be a direct invite telling them exactly what to do, okay? The next invite might be where, again, I'm sharing my journey, sharing a pain point, and then not even putting an invite at the end. Because again, these people need to see consistency. They need to continuously see this before they're like, okay, she's right. Dang, I need to do this. I need to do something for myself. Or another indirect invite might be sharing how my challengers are doing in their challenge group. I don't need to directly invite them, but the more I share about the success that they're having or the things that they talked about, or even sharing a transformation from one of my challengers, again, that's more of your followers being able to connect with you and being able to connect with the type of challenger that are attracted to you, okay? Another way that I've been doing this I've been a coach for 4 years, and I have been doing Facebook event invites all 4 years, which is crazy. And some people have completely left Facebook and gone to Instagram, which if Instagram's your jam, that's great. I have not, I'm still 50-50 with my business and Facebook and Instagram, but I have not stopped doing Facebook event invites. And I have looked back, and every single person who has said maybe or yes over the past 4 years have eventually signed up with me. So had I not done that and been consistent every single time with re-inviting them, I might have lost them. I don't know. But it's just another, and I count those as my bonus invites. I will just, again, make a description, talk about a pain point, and share that my next challenge group for beginners is opening up soon. I'll usually share a transformation photo, and then I make sure that I invite first the people who said yes or maybe to my previous one. And then I'll add new people, and I'll do 100 a day, send those invites, 100 the next day until my 500 are max. You can only do 500 event invites, invite 500 people to an event invite on Facebook. But again, those are just my bonus ones. Other invites need to be in your stories. So again, you need to be sharing consistently in your stories every single day that you have done your workout, or if it's rest day or whatever, you need to share your journey on Instagram stories, and using polls is a great way to do that. And I don't like to do, I'll say something like, spots are open in my next motivational group, or are you in, or whatever. I don't do yes and no, but I'll do, oh my God, yes, or send me info. Or I'll do, I totally need this, maybe the next one, or something that I can still send them a message about and not just no's, okay? Another way that I do it is on going through my stories. So again, because I am so consistent with sharing every single day my journey with whatever program that I'm doing, I can then click on the viewers and I could then send them an invite. Simply saying, hey girl, I see you're still following along with this journey that I'm on. I'm loving this program. I do have a few spots open. Do you want to join me on in my next group or whatever? And I can copy and paste that and send that to everybody who viewed my story for that day or whatever. Simple, simple, simple invite. But again, out of all of this, you have to walk this talk you're doing. Imagine if I sent all these invites and I never showed up on Facebook or Instagram and nobody knew what I was doing and I was like a ghost person. Obviously, they're going to ghost me and be like, this girl's cray. Like, what is she even talking about? But because I walk this talk, they can then relate to me. I do so many connections through my posts. I want people to be like, I've never talked to her before, but I feel like we're best friends because she shares so much. Do you ever feel like that where you're, following somebody on social media and you're like, she has no idea, but we're really like best friends? And it's because she shares so much and you're relatable to that. That's what you want, okay? Messages are another way. And it's because I, again, walk this talk, like I cannot stress it enough, but because I do that, I feel totally comfortable with sending somebody a message for the very first time. And it might be, hey girl, I'm not sure if you've been following along with my journey, but it has completely changed my life. I'm actually opening up a beginner group starting Monday, and I'd love to send you more info if you're interested. So simple. Another one might be to people who like or comment on my posts, whatever post it might be. It might be, hey girl, thanks so much for the love on my recent post. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? So simple. Even though that's not a direct invite, it's going to start that conversation. I keep my conversations short and sweet. I relate in one sentence, and everything that they say, one sentence, and then my next sentence is my next question that I want for that conversation, okay? And then follow-up messages. Again, you have to follow up. You have to keep inviting these people. I feel personally, as long as I am walking this talk, that inviting somebody every single month is totally okay. And that's because you never know when somebody needs this. I've had it just recently. I had somebody who has been following me forever, been connecting with her, I've been inviting her. And just recently, I think it was in like January or February, she was like, I'm totally signing up in May. Like, give me until May and I'm definitely signing up. And I said, okay. The next month went by and it wasn't May, but I was still going to send her an invite. I sent that invite and she said, actually, I signed up 2 weeks ago with somebody else. So it wasn't May when she was ready, and it wasn't with me who we've been chatting with forever. And I'm super glad that she signed up. I have no hurt feelings because she's signed up, and that's what I want for people. And I want them to sign up with whoever they feel most comfortable with. But it proves the point of you never know when somebody is ready. You have to continuously send the invites. And do I feel bad? And am I like, dang, I should have sent an invite? No, because I did it exactly how I do it. And she obviously just wasn't my tribe. And I move on and I go to the next person. Don't ever let one person who said no or ghost you stop you from inviting the next person. Every single one of you has most likely been invited, right? Raise your hand if you were invited by your coach to join this journey as a challenger or a coach. The majority of you, right? What if your coach didn't send you an invite because somebody before you said no and that stopped her? And she was like, nah, I'm done. I had 3 no's today. I'm done. I'm not sending the invite. Don't do that. Don't stop you from inviting somebody else, okay? My invites are typically like I stress over relating in everything. So if you get 2 things out of this, it's walk your talk and be relatable. So a good invite that I did that worked really well and I try to do it since then, is be relatable in your invite. So don't just say, hey girl, I have my next group starting soon. I'd love to get you added. I can send you more details. Instead, it might be something like, and again, here's where you have to walk your talk. hey girl, I am loving this 20-minute program that I'm doing, and it's been perfect for my crazy schedule, and I can do it right here with my kids. Are you interested in getting started on the program with me? So simple. There I was being relatable because sharing with them that it was only 20 minutes, that I didn't have to take my kids anywhere. So their first thought might be, oh my God, I don't have time for that. Oh, it's only 20 minutes? Well, I can't work out with my kids. Oh, but she said she works out with her kids like she did it while her kids were home. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm already crushing those excuses in my invite, and I'm keeping it short and sweet. Another thing that I do is, I think that's it actually. Basically, so another thing I wanted to say is if you feel like you're really, really, really struggling with coaching, with inviting, with your own journey or whatever, I can almost guarantee that you suck at personal development right now. Can almost guarantee it. You have to dive into personal development. I will be honest and say I was, I think, a year into my coaching journey, and I was like, I'm going to be the first coach who's successful and never does personal development because I hate reading and I don't want to spend the time on it. And the minute I was like, all right, Nicole, that's obviously not going to work, and dove into personal development is when I started having success. Never fails. Every time I dive into personal development, I have success. I have success in myself because I have more belief in myself. I have more success in my personal journey, which then relates to my business. Your personal journey and your business are complete parallel. If you focus hardcore on your personal journey and you go out and share it, and you share not just, here's my shake, or I did my 21-day fix extreme today. No, share why you're having the shake. Share why you did the workout. Share where you did the workout. Share when you did the workout. Share, the benefit of doing that workout, why it works for you. If you share all of that and you're owning up to your own journey, your business will reflect from that. I promise you. But with all of that being said, you can't just walk this walk and then never invite anybody either. You have to send the invites. I know probably, which I can open it up to questions too, but I know one of them will probably be, how many invites do you send a day? And personally, I feel like if you are keeping track of the number of invites, you're not sending enough invites. Send invites until you get a good number of people messaging you back. So some days, guys, I send 100 invites and I hear back from maybe 3 people. So then the next day I'm like, well, that's not enough. So then I go and send 100 more. And maybe that day, and it's not 100, I have no idea. I don't count. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't spend the time counting your invites. Send invites until you have a good number of messages coming back. Another way that I measure my invites is Success Club, right? I feel like one time in the business, people were like, oh, don't worry about Success Club. Like, it's just a number. No, worry about Success Club. That's how we measure our success in this business. The higher Success Club you hit, the more people you have helped. And to get that, you just have to send more invites. It really is a numbers game. If you're not hitting Success Club right now, triple the amount of time that you send on invites, and I guarantee you will hit Success Club. Okay? You have to send more invites. So I will send invites until I have a good number of conversations coming back. And then from there, I sign people up. And then again, a ton of invites until I have a good number of conversations coming back. So it's never the same number for me because I honestly have no idea how many invites I send. I don't count. I don't spend the time counting. I just send like a mother. I say that all the time. Send invites like a freaking mother. Does anybody have any questions?
I can definitely do some rapid fire questions because I think I kind of not know what everyone's thinking, but just from knowing you, when you get ghosted every single month by somebody, you send them a message every single month. Am I correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you change that up from what you're saying so it's not the same thing?
So and again, it's going off of what am I focusing on? Am I doing a 20-minute program? I'm going to send a message to that. Do I have my next beginner group coming up? I'll send a message to that. I really just change up my wording based in the moment. I don't use scripts because I connect with my people through my questions, and then I connect with my challengers, and I connect through my posts. So I'm not a person of scripting or scripts or whatever. So I will literally sit there right in the moment and think, okay, what would I want to hear right now that I would want to hear more information? And I'll send that to the 100 people or however many. I don't want to say a number because I really have no idea. However many invites I'm going to send in that moment. And then if I see that, okay, I sent her, you guys, I literally have people who I have sent 20 invites to, but they're still watching my stories. They're still following me on my page. So they're just not ready. I'm not going to give up on them. Hopefully they don't give up on themselves, but I'm not going to be the one to give up on them. If they want to unfriend me or block me or whatever, great. They're not, or I'm not their vibe. Perfect. But unless they do, I will continue to send those invites.
So there's not a single person that you're like, it's been 5 times. They're not answering me. I'm done with them.
No, never. I love that Beachbody it's probably been a year now, maybe almost a year, that they changed it so that you get Success Club points every 6 months from people. I do not give up on anybody. Nobody. So I don't even care if they joined me last year and then they fall off the wagon for whatever reason life threw at them. I'm going to invite them to the next one. Yeah.
And then where are you finding, and you kind of already said like you're going into groups and stuff. What is your main way of getting new people into your funnel? Because I feel like people keep talking to the same people, and eventually, if you don't expand your network, so where are you finding new people to kind of fill your funnel to invite?
Yeah, you definitely have to be expanding your network. Again, since I do half of my business on Facebook and half of my business on Instagram, Facebook is really the groups. I join things that I'm interested in. I'm in a Jeep group. I'm in a breastfeeding group. I'm in homeschooling groups. And it's easy to then relate to these people who become my challengers and honestly become some of my best friends because we already have stuff in common. I don't want people who don't have any interest in what they have interest. Let a coach who has that interest invite them. I want people who are like me. So Facebook groups for sure. If you feel like your network isn't growing right now, there's no reason why you shouldn't be sitting there and adding friends from a Facebook group for, just when you're doing something simple, so simple. Maybe it's cooking on the stove or going to the bathroom. I don't care when you do it, just add people. And I have so many people who, thankfully, I've been so consistent with adding people on Facebook that I've never talked to them before or whatever, and then they randomly start liking my stuff. So then I will send them an invite. So even if you don't start that initial conversation with them, at least friend request them so that they're going to, again, walk this talk that you're doing. Had I stopped sharing my journey these last 4 years, it would probably be a different story. But you have to keep showing up. And again, me walking this talk has only given me success in my own personal journey too. That's my main goal. And then I just share it. It's that simple. And then on Instagram, same thing. I try not to use like generic hashtags. But okay, another way that I add people is, again, being relatable. I get sucked into the stupid Instagram ads and I buy crazy stuff. So guess what? I'm going to go and see who else is liking these Facebook or these Instagram or Facebook ads that I'm buying. And I'm going to follow or send a friend request to those same people because more likely they got suckered into that freaking ad too. And again, we already have something in common, right? So it's easy to do that. Another way is just finding like something that you love, something that you're obsessed with, something. So for example, my avatar client is a busy mom and I love baby moccasins. I think they're the cutest thing ever. So I go to shops that sell baby moccasins and I follow the people who like that post. So simple. I'm pretty sure they're probably a mom or expecting mom or whatever. And then we already have something in common in the whole baby moccasin thing or whatever. So it's a simple way to add people that way. But yeah, you for sure have to keep adding people to your network. If you only have 200 friends on Facebook and you keep inviting the same 200 people every month, like it's not going to get you very far. So yeah, you have to add to your network.
Awesome. Carrie did have a question. How about inviting to coaching? How do you do straight invites to coaching? Do you do challenge group? They get results and then you invite them?
So the whole direct and indirect inviting for my challengers, my challenge groups and all that, I basically do the same thing with coaching too. So I'll do a direct invite into coaching and how it has, again, bringing up the pain points of hating my job, hating the rush of a Monday, hated clocking in to then just watch the clock roll by until I was able to clock out or whatever. Like I hated that life and I wanted desperately to be home with my kids. And then at the end of that story, I'll share, drop an emoji if you want more information on what I do and how I've been able to do it. Or I will do an indirect one. So sharing, my next Monday might be totally loving this lifestyle that I created where I am home with my girls, something that I always dreamed of. And it's not a direct, I'm not telling them to do something, but again, I'm dropping that lifestyle to them once again. And I do it that way. I also host coach sneak peeks every other week. So for example, right now is my coach sneak peek and I run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So typically on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one of my posts is definitely going to be offering them to join my free coach sneak peek group. And I will do that on my stories. I do it in the polls. I'm pretty consistent on all platforms to get them into that group. And then I'll give the information and I end it with a form for them to fill out. Another thing that I do is somebody gives me an objection, I will somehow try to relate it to coaching. So I am dropping that seed constantly. Another thing that I do is when I get a challenger started, I sign everybody up as a discount member. And so I will send them a new challenger email to give them details about our group or whatever. But then I also send them an email that welcomes them to join our team. And I will share it. It has the link to join our Facebook group and they have the opportunity to join our team chat thread as well. And I have so many people who, even if they tell me, no, I want nothing to do with coaching, I still drop that seed to them. And I have people trickling in, okay, yeah, I'm kind of more interested. Yeah, I want to join that group or whatever. So that's been really helpful too.
How do you run your sneak peek groups? Are they 5 days, a day?
I do them on Facebook. They are 3 days, and I just go live 3 times, one each day. So Monday, I share my story of how I got started. And again, I'm being relatable, so I'm sharing all the details of all the struggles that I had and all that. Day 2, I share the objections that I had and any objection that I heard recently from people who might have joined recently. I'll try to cover those. And then day 3, I share how I make money, how they can make money, and share how they can get signed up. And then right after that live on Wednesday, I drop a form and it basically has them fill out, are they a current challenger? Are they a current discount member? Have they gotten started on their own journey? Whatever. I kind of just give just ask a bunch of questions and they submit it, and then I can then message them and see how I need to get them started, because everybody is obviously different with what they need.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Lisa asked, and then do you create a new group and just do it again for the next one?
Nope, it's the same group. That way people who have watched my videos before, I'm hoping that, again, they'll eventually see that one video that they're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for this. So yeah, I just
delete any videos. You just keep everything in there.
I just keep going. That way I can add people in at any time too. So on my off week, they could see my previous videos.
Awesome. Does anybody else have questions for Nicole? Come on, guys. Now's the chance. And remind people, like what happened, like you had a baby, you moved, like all this crazy stuff was happening, right?
Yeah. I when I started, I was doing ultrasounds in the office. My husband was in medical school. I had one baby or a toddler who I could barely keep up with and just miserable. So I got started with Ash, and I actually started coaching immediately, and I had no idea what coaching was. And I remember Ashley posting my photo and being like, here's a new coach on my team. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know what this is. I don't know what I'm doing. But she called me out, and I was obviously going to, live that word that she said. And I dove right in, not even caring. I was dirt poor. I bought myself a challenge pack, and my husband and I do everything together. So I immediately signed my husband up the next day, not knowing the benefits that I would have now from it. And I was determined to make that money back that month for those 2 challenge packs, and I did. And since then, my husband is a resident now, which I think life sucks even more with that. He's so friggin' busy. I have 2 kids, and I was able to replace my full-time income. After about a year and a half, I got pregnant with our second, so coached through pregnancy, and really grew my business then just because I was so super consistent. I had the goal of being home after delivery, so every night that I was like, oh my God, I can't stay up again, it was, okay, well, you have to, or else you're going back to work. And that wasn't an option. There was no plan B for that. So I grew my business at that time. And we moved out of state. We have no family near us. I'm homeschooling, have 2 kids, single wife life. It's crazy, and I have not organized whatsoever, but I focus on me, and I share it, and I invite. Yeah.
Love it. And what's your Success Club average?
So 10 is absolutely non-negotiable. And recently I've been telling myself, which I need to work harder towards, is that 20 is non-negotiable. But I like doing weekly goals. I am so money driven, especially since I've been our only income for so long, that I love that $100 bonus each week. So I strive to sign up 5 people a week to get that $100 quick start bonus each week. And even recently it's been, I want that twice. It's unlimited. So I like, who doesn't want an extra $200 a week, plus all those people, all the commission from that, and you're helping more people, and your chances of getting a coach out of that are then even higher too. So
and for that, they have to be signed up as a discount coach, correct?
Yeah, and I sign everybody up as discount coaches.
And last question, if nobody else has a question, is how do you word that to people? Because I know people on our team are afraid of signing people up as, I call it, discount membership.
Yeah.
How do you word it?
Oh my gosh, I don't do scripts, but that is one thing that I do copy and paste. So oh my gosh, if I can remember what it says. Basically just saying, hey girl, here's the link, because I use Share a Cart. So I will send, here's the link in case you don't see the email. I did sign you up for the discounts today since the price is the same. This is exactly how I got started on my journey, and it was a huge form of accountability. However, if you don't want to coach, you don't have to. Let me know if you have any trouble with the link, and then I'll send you your welcome emails. And that's it. And then sometimes I'll have them message me saying, what is this $15 monthly fee? I don't want to be charged next month or whatever. So then I'll just send them something that's like, they'll send you an email before your next order of Shakeology would ship. So you can then decide if you want to change flavors, change ship date, postpone, or cancel. And if you cancel, it's the same form to cancel the discount. So no worries.
So you're confident and you don't have fear behind it.
No, like why? It is. Yeah, why would I don't know. To me, why wouldn't you want to save people money? Like, I'm so poor, I'm so frugal that if I signed somebody up as a regular member and knew they were spending more money, I would be like, but you could do something different with that $10.
Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else? Last question, last call. And it won't be for me, I promise. All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. I think everyone got so much out of this.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.